Broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We are also broadcasting live on Rumble.com. That's Rumble.com, like Rumble in the Jungle. Rumble.com. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. Man, we got my boy Walk in the house. Oh, my goodness. What's up, Walker Griffon?
What's going on?
See, I was going to introduce you Walk Daddy, but, because Walk Diddy would be kind of...
I don't know about that one.
It kind of like Q had that, and it's like it ruined it. We can't go with Q Diddy. It's
I don't think Diddy's the play anymore.
No, that's no. Well, I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that, and I am also your very grateful host. Man, it's Friday all day. My goodness. So let's go straight to it. Have you now, Walk? You're busy. You get around. Some of this stuff you get to watch. Some of this stuff you don't. This standoff with Congress in funding DHS. So here we got the Department of Homeland Security. Here we are. We're supposed to. It's a very, very straightforward mission. Okay, and in part of it, it's more than just TSA and all that. Part of it's border protection. And ICE, it seems like a pretty commonsensical thing to want to support if you're a Republican, right? Yeah. So he's giving me the North and South. I'm putting him straight up on the spot. But I got to tell you, it's mind-boggling that we had to play the play that we're about to talk about. But I am glad that we played the play that we're about to talk about, if that makes sense. All right. So we've been discussing for quite some time. You know it for weeks now. Nothing new here about the DHS shutdown and that little circus. TSA not getting paid. We know this. Easter coming up, by the way. Airports backing up. Democrats on Capitol Hill and I guess a few Republicans. So in the Senate, just refusing to fund ICE. All right, we already knew all that. We got all that. But now we've got a deal. That's a good thing. We got a deal. You see, Chuck Schumer and the Democrat senators up there were being tongue-in-cheek. And this is the only play they had. They played it, I guess, the best they could. They didn't want to. We want to fund DHS, just not ICE and border protection. Well, then you're not wanting to fund DHS, silly. Well, we've been saying for a long time, hey, take the deal. Take it. They're 60, 80% our friends on this one. Great, we'll take it. Right after, slam them with budget reconciliation. Fund ICE, fund border protection that day. But let's break it in. Break it down here, okay? So we got a deal. DHS gets funded. We're told. ICE and parts of Border Patrol doesn't. That's why why are we calling it funded? But all along, that is what the Senate Democrats did want. Fine. Like I said, take the deal. Take it. Open up the government. Sure. Get TSA paid. That they are being political collateral right now. Get people moving again. Get the country moving again. So that part's done. Good. That's got to be part uno. And part two has got to be like right after. So, because here's the deal. Our friends on Capitol Hill in the grand old party, we have an option. We have two options and we have an opportunity. We are either going to, in this opportunity, be smart or we're going to waste another week and a month and months until we're no longer the majority because we choose not to govern. So part two has to be, we don't wait. All right, good. You opened up DHS. Everybody high five. To give them Democrats in the Senate, give them a doggone high five. You did it. You stood up. You supported illegal immigration. You didn't fund DHS ICE and border protection, even though they're already funded through the big beautiful bill. But we don't wait. We don't hold another press conference. We don't send out another memo. We pass ICE funding, border protection today. Same day. We don't leave the upper chamber until we do it. I guess it has to start in the House in this one. Whatever. Just start it and don't leave until today. You can't tell me, like, you don't leave today until it's done. You can't tell me that it can't be done. It's because you don't want to. But you can't say it can't be done. I mean, you can go draft it right now. You can do it in 2 pages. I mean, obviously, you'll Washington it up and make it 2 pages into 200, but whatever. That's cool. You got really smart staffers. Go put them boys and gals to work. They're smart. Washington's run by a bunch of 20-somethings. Which, Walker, how old are you?
24.
With the wisdom of an 80-year-old. Love it. See, you're too smart to be over there in the land of Oz, I guess. I don't know. No, but they really do. It's a weird, interesting place for at least my observations behind the curtain was so limited, by the way. But yeah, a bunch of hardworking 20-somethings that are putting in a lot of hours and really probably believing in what they're doing, which is great. We appreciate that passion. And then they're led by some 30-somethings, the chiefs of staff. I'm probably so wrong on that statistic, but that was my observation in a very limited capacity. Oh, so small. But budget reconciliation. Senator Kennedy, Louisiana's own, has been pushing that. I love that. But budget reconciliation is what most Americans would think should, or the process should be a majority vote. You don't need the 60 votes. You don't need it. That's it. And everybody in Washington knows it. Everybody in Washington knows it, yet we're here. Okay. I mean, the Democrats know it. Chuck Schumer and them, they know all about them some budget reconciliations. Republicans know it too. The country knows it by now because there's a gazillion of these shows talking about it and asking the question that I bet you're asking. Why? Why? I mean, let's think about everybody. Let's think about everybody driving right now. Everybody in a business listening stuff. You got so many things to do in your daily life. No matter what, retired, not retired, semi-retired, working your tail off, whatever. We got so many things we have to do in a 24-hour period. So when the normal folks, when the non-DC, non-government folks have to make a decision, they prioritize, and they, because God really does give us 24 hours in a day. And we would ask ourselves, if we were presented this approach, we would say, hold on, first of all, who has the majority? Why are we talking about this? Is the majority do we have 51 or at least 50 senators that say that the full DHS should be funded? Is that a yes or no? I make it very easy. Yes or no. It's 2 choices. Yes or no. Okay. If it's yes, then why are we waiting? We're in charge. Go. You are in charge, Republicans. So, but that's okay. That's okay. There's discussions on it. But a majority is a majority. Wouldn't you agree with that? If you had 51 out of 100, that's still a majority, right? It's not, 60 is not a majority is one plus the other person, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, we're going to take a tiny little break here. Guys, when we get back, we're going to talk about a majority is a majority all the time. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Lafayette, Louisiana. All right, shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. Go check us out at Rumble. I want to see that chat rocking. It's Friday. I know you have some thoughts. Let's see it. I want to hear it all. You know how I get on Friday. I want all the flat earthers to call in the bottom half of the hour. I want all the folks that think they've talked to an alien. I'm cool with that. Just talk to me. I want to see. I ain't gonna lie. I saw some crazy things in the sky and wondered. But anyway, majority is a majority. So let's break down. I'm looking at Fox right now, not Fox News, like straight up Fox. And House Democrats take questions on DHS funding fight. What can you say? The House Democrats really didn't do anything. The Senate Democrats can politically say they have a win. Like they got their, that's why I said everybody could win on this. They go get their headlines. We stood up to big orange, bad orange man. We played Thune. Whatever. Let them have their moment for like 5 minutes. Yes. Yes. Then after that, immediately, do not even call the sergeant in arms. Where's Kishba? Call the sergeant in arms. Doggone it. No one leaves the building until we vote. Really? That's what Senate Republicans right now, that's the play. That is the play right now. And I say Senate Republican, takes both chambers, but the House shouldn't have a problem with that. I think the Speaker can rally those votes, even, which is so crazy. Well, one person majority. We got the Speaker of the House having more clout than the Senate President with more than one person of majority. That's pretty amazing. But a majority is a majority. And most folks know that. We don't need 60 votes to do what we need to do to pass funding for ICE and Border Protection Services, missions. We don't need permission. Senate Republicans do not need permission on this. And here's the thing. It's not like we haven't seen the playbook. I mean, we saw this, last year, Democrats have used it for years. So the only question left is kind of simple. Are we going to do it, or are we just going to talk about it? Because I remember a little senator. Have you ever heard of Joni Ernst? All right, she's a senator. She's from Iowa, and she's smart. She found $2.1 trillion of cuts. Yeah, right now, just like that. But then she got sidetracked, though, Walt. It's tough being a senator. So instead of dropping a bill on Capitol Hill, you may have seen that cartoon. I love it. I still would watch it. It's wonderful. Wonderful. She got sidetracked, though. What got in the way of cutting $2.1 trillion, of course, last year was the Great Egg Labeling Act of 2025. Because Lord knows the national debt had just put that on a hold. We've got to properly label our eggs. It's important. So, Senate Republicans, are we going to do it or are we not? I think it was smart to take the deal because from a pragmatic standpoint, that just made sense. And it's definitely not really cool to put families. I don't like that. I don't like TSA families and federal employees. I don't like anybody being punished by people with political power just because. Like there should be something it's wrong. If we can fund all these things to U.S. aid, and I'm not saying we don't give foreign aid, because there's a strategy to that, but there's a strategy. Should be. And it should be in America's best interest. But if maybe we took some of that money and put it aside, who knows? I don't know. I'm just thinking with a little common sense. But the actions of Republicans on Capitol Hill today, the Senate specifically, I think that's what Reagan would have called for. You take as many wins as you possibly can. And then you keep fighting, but you take the wins when you can get them. And that was a huge win. Easter's coming up, a lot of families traveling. Do we really want to put those folks through that? Now, I know that ICE and Border Protection, I get it. It's funded through the One Big Beautiful Bill. But that is not permanent. And we cannot let our senators get complacent on this. Like, there is a path. The House is ready. I have no doubt the House Republicans are ready. I mean, Jeffries is up there. He's ready to fight it. They don't have no filibuster in there. And you don't need one in the Senate. Affordable Care Act. But yeah, you take what you can get up front. That makes sense. Stabilize things a little bit. Don't let TSA agents keep getting hammered every single day. The ones that are showing up, how remarkable. But look, that part's leadership, so I want to applaud these guys over there for coming together on that. That's a good thing. But we've got to finish it. You know, we got to finish it. You can't have a government, you can't have a sovereign government when with the funding to the entity that's really tasked with protecting our sovereignty with their budget in limbo. So finishing it means funding ICE. Get all the border protection funded. Border Patrol agents, they get funded. And it gets locked in so we're not back here in a month. I mean, think about this. You know, you're making your career or whatnot with the federal government. Okay, that's fine. It's a career path. Okay. You and your family are relying on this income. You get up every day to go still do your job, not getting paid, but yet the mortgage still comes in. You still have to eat. Yeah, you can adjust, but nothing from nothing is nothing. And we're on 40-something days of this. I watched a clip last night. Whew, it was priceless. With Senator Kennedy, I don't have I've tried to find a point of reference. I just saw it's on C-SPAN is the clip that I pulled. But anyway, he was talking about Congress, members of Congress not getting their pay while the government's shut down. He says if federal employees are not getting their pay, we need to not get our pay. And then it was just so funny. It's like a gymnastics maneuver. I know Kennedy's messing with him. I know he's messing with him, talking to the parliamentarian and the president of the committee. Well, Mr. Committee, Mr. President, is that allowed? I mean, I'm failing you as a host, not giving you the source to go find it. But if you do stumble across it, it's about a 15-minute video. So for me to sit still that long to watch something like that, I was entertained. I know he was messing with him though, and he must have had a sidekick too, but in on it. But all of this, what we're talking about, majority vote versus a filibuster proof vote 60, which is, this ain't the same times when the filibuster was used. But we got people trying to get to work. And that's why it hits us. And whether directly, but soon, if not already, indirectly, we can highlight travel, air travel, as probably the most glowing example. But look at the indirect effect of that. Are there any service-related, deals that are impacted? What about for folks that can't fly? What's the impact of that? Like if it was business or something. Or family. What if you're going to see someone that, is not doing so hot, and this might be the only time? Hey, it's real. But Washington doesn't feel it. That's why I thought it wasn't just Senator Kennedy. A lot of Congress folks, both chambers, pushing for that. If we can't get our act together and pass a budget and be fiscally sound, well, then we shouldn't get our money either. And he kept saying, Senator, you're not going to lose your pay. It's just going to go into a fund. I didn't like that. Walt, they didn't like that. Would you like to work and get for free?
No.
No, it's never appealed to me.
No, me either.
Sometimes as a lawyer you got to do that, but that's okay. Anyway, all right, guys, we're gonna stick around. Oh no, you stick around. We're gonna take a tiny little break, but when we get back, we're gonna open up those phone lines 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Let me see you on the Rumble chat. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Go see us at rumble.com. We're also broadcasting live there. Let me see you on that chat. Come on, I was bragging on the chat. Walker's going to think I don't have no street cred if you don't start chatting in. Guys, let me tell you all about my friends over there at SeaSafe. SEA, just like the ocean, you know you can depend on them if you're building something big. If you're building something maybe in between, go check them out. Their FRP products are engineered and designed to take on the harshest environments. Offshore drilling platforms, wastewater treatment plants, everything in between. They're even dabbling in some residential. So go check them out. SeaSafe, SEA, just like the ocean. Great thing about it, American-owned company right here, manufacturing in Acadiana by American workers. SeaSafe, SEA, just like the ocean. Go check them out, seasafe.com. Let's go to my favorite part of the whole show. Sean, what you got, my man?
Man, I know it's Friday and we're supposed to be cool and everything, but I want to give you an example of why I'm pissed off all the time.
Talk to me.
Okay, so the Save America Act, probably one of the most needed legislation ever to have only Americans vote and present ID and everything. They're not going to bring that up because Thune, the Senate Majority Leader, who was picked over John Cornyn, from Texas, who is in a battle right now for his seat after however many decades that he's been in. He's gone against Ken Paxton, Now, John Thune is holding Trump hostage to make sure that his little buddy, John Cornyn, stays in the swamp and gets reelected, and Paxton's out the door. So Trump has already said he was going to solve that situation by making a call. In other words, tell Paxton to drop out. So you see all these boys, and I've been having a bug on Trump the last 2 days. He's like my wife. Sometimes, we've been married a while. Can you go watch TV in the room? I don't want to hear you breathe anymore. Okay? So I think he's been getting me mad lately. But anyway.
Hold on, Sean. I think
bill,
you would know this.
Yeah.
Did I hear correctly at the barbershop? Did Trump lose Kid Rock?
I don't think so, huh?
No, Brock, if you guys told me the wrong thing, I'm going to look it up right now. Keep going, though.
I sure didn't hear anything about that.
You would have heard that, huh? Boy,
yeah,
if they're wrong.
He's hanging out with RFK and everything like that. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Look at this. Wide open country. Kid Rock breaks with Trump administration. But I think they kissed and made up. It was over something silly.
Well, Eli took Elon took almost called him Eli Manning. Elon Musk took a walk for a little while and then came back to the to the side. So, but and I mean they don't do everything right. I'm pretty sure that Trump and his staff know a little bit more about Iran than I do. So I'm gonna give them a little grace,
Yeah, I'm with you.
So. But anyway, that's the kind of people we're dealing with, that they're going to do these backroom deals and screw America in order to keep their partners in the country club.
Well, it's hard to argue against that. Hard to argue against that. Hey, thanks, Sean. Appreciate you, brother. Always bring quality. Phone lines are open, 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Man, let me tell you, what Sean was saying probably resonates, with just the whole swampy stuff. And I don't know. I mean, I'm still big on Trump, and I'm sure Sean is too. He said just needs a little break sometimes when we're hearing some silly stuff. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I don't know if it's I will say this. If you know me long enough, I really don't call for leadership change very often. Because I think it's so disruptive. And oftentimes it's better just to stay the course and finish a term and keep some kind of continuity as opposed to disrupting all that. But I'm not a big fan of the Senate Majority Leader. I'm just not. I just don't think he's acting like a majority leader. What majority leader has to depend on the minority to pass a vote? Just ask yourself. Just Senate Leader Thune. Just ask yourself, what would Chuck do? What would frozen barbecue patties with cheese on it on the grill Chucky do? I'm sorry, Senator Schumer. What would Senator Schumer do? He wouldn't be letting you negotiate. We have the House, we have the presidency, and I think we have the Senate. I just don't get it. So Sean kind of got me a little fired up with that. Hey, Walk, let's switch gears a little bit. Saints have been active. Walk is very into football and sports and stuff, and I just had to pick his mind. So the Saints have been pretty active.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? Give the folks some updates.
Well, I mean, the offseason, during that little stretch that they have for free agency, pretty good free agency.
Yeah.
I mean, the rookie class last year ended up working out. They were really good. They got actually rated the #1 rookie class in NFL, which I was kind of shocked by.
Yeah.
But that was awesome. And then going into the draft, you have the number 8 overall pick, and there's multiple options there.
Absolutely. We're talking the break, maybe a cornerback, which I don't think anybody.
Delane, he's from LSU.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
We
So
know.
he's a shutdown guy.
You think he's going to be there? He's going to be available at 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just depends. I mean, the people in front of us, it's such a toss-up.
Yeah.
But I think Saints are going to have an option between Mansour Delaney, Caleb Downs, and Sonny Styles, and then maybe even somebody else. I just don't know. But I think the defense is what you're going to address. I think the wide receivers that are going to be there, like they're good wide receivers, but it's just another Chris Olave, which I like Chris Olave, but you need a true one.
Yes. So that and with that 8 spot, man, yeah, you probably either one of those.
Yeah.
You still can get free agency, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, and then.
But they've been active. You even got an active quarterback room, man. Zach Wilson joined us.
Yeah, I think that's more of a veteran thing, just to kind of show Tyler Shuck what not to do.
That is so crazy. So we're calling Zach Wilson a veteran?
Now, I mean,
yeah,
he's been up there for a little bit.
Has he? Okay. Yeah, there you go. We're going to show you what not to do. You never know, man. He might have that kind of Kellen Moore in him. You know, like that quiet, like the football mind. You know, you didn't execute as well at the highest level all the time.
I'm sure he's got the mind,
but maybe he has a coach in him
for no reason.
See, exactly. Yeah, they don't bring in currently as QB3
for no reason.
He'll be QB2, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, Rattler's getting traded. You never know.
Yeah.
Might get a first round for him, right?
Probably 6th or 7th.
Hey, take the wins. We just had a conversation on that. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take a little break, but first, I'll tell you, when we get back, though, we're going to talk about, the State Department and how it's addressing Iran, just elevated its threat levels basically across the globe, but it really is serious, and we'll break that down when we get back. So we'll take a little break. Guys, phone line's going to be open. Go check us out at rumble.com. I want to see you on that chat. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Hey, it's Friday, man. Look, go out to my friends over there at Préjean's. You can't miss Préjean's. Come on now. You got Préjean's on I-49 between Karen Crow and Lafayette. You got Préjean's in Broussard, the new location, right off the highway. Same great menu, same great service staff. And by the way, Préjean's, I don't know if you can beat the staff over there. They're just so kind, quick, patient. But the food, come on now, it's Lent. Go to Préjean's, help yourself out, give yourself a treat. All right, so let's go to the phone lines. My boy Renee. Renee, bring the heat, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, I'm disgusted with the way civilization has really turned, you know. In the 50s and 60s, before Vietnam, the Army used to have nice, happy, wholesome propaganda films telling you how they spend their tax money to teach people how to learn a foreign language, to be a translator to help the Army out, their civil affairs stuff. Yet, the government, not even the Trump administration, from the government angle, they'll tell you what the real truth, their media take on what's happening. All we have is a propaganda apparatus freelancing for the left. I mean, it's unfair, it's wrong, I don't know how to fix it, but it's insane how things have changed. It's insane how things have changed. When government did good, they had good stories. You could cheer for your tax money. Now you have these free-for-all communist hippies that want to feed you all kind of manure.
Whew. Hey, look, a lot of folks are agreeing with you on that one. Appreciate you, Renee. You know, I'll take, how about this? Can we just compromise and can I take the budget from back then? Can we just use that budget? Put it in today's dollars, sure, whatever. It's crazy because their inflation and everybody else's inflation is different. All right, so it's Friday. You know, I've been seeing this around. I've been hearing this question a lot. You know, we got the war in Iran going on. Why are we even bombing those people? You know, shoot, you got some folks and Republicans, by the way, saying, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Friday. Why do we even support Israel? Ooh, phone lines are open. Well, what do you think, though? But Iran, you know, a lot of people are asking the question, hey, look, you know, they're kind of apprehensive about war. You got Republicans on Capitol Hill right now wanting to limit this, and they have some concerns, too. I mean, what's your thoughts on all that?
Well, I always question why did we bomb. Look, I realize, like, yeah, it's not the greatest country, not the greatest place, and everything like that. Like, of course, they funded a lot of the terrorist stuff. And
yeah, there's that.
And, yeah, and I know people were like, oh, we bombed them because of nukes. They're going to get nukes. Well, they've been trying to get nukes for the past 20 years. So I didn't really see a purpose of doing it. And I don't, like you said about Israel, and like some people saying that we kind of need to get out from under their wing. I agree to a certain point of it. So it's interesting. I guess like we were talking during the break is we'll see how this plays out. But I have many questions about why did we bomb Iran?
And to have those many questions, ask them, then that's a very American thing to do. Quoting Reagan again.
Yeah.
But look, this is we live in the greatest country that we can even talk about this. It will play out. I don't know if that was the answer, but I know this. We're on a short timeline with this terrorism stuff. It ain't about the nukes. Israel would have not let them have a nuke, okay? But it's more of the regime sponsoring terrorism and literally having a mindset, even to today, of death to America at all costs. But we don't look. It's not. This is not diplomacy that we want to use every time. But for how many administrations and how many foreign leaders and their administrations or their regimes or whatever? How long do we have to talk about it? How long do we have to? How many victims of terrorism does there have to be across the globe that's centered around Iran? So the president made a decision, a tough decision. It's kind of like those drug boats. Play the tape. You have two options. Let them come on the shore or don't let them come on the shore. So Iran, you got one of two options. Do something or don't do something. Now, what it looks like, okay, well, we're seeing what it's looking like. Now, me personally, if you're going to do something like that, I think the way that the president in our country's doing it is the way to do it. We start getting boots on ground, that's a little different. And even then, I wouldn't look. I'm going to trust that the president has the intelligence briefings that I don't get. Okay, but I even boots on ground in a limited capacity, because I think people will freak out if they see a service member in uniform that happens to be in the area. But like, look, it might call for that, but that does. What we don't want is a prolonged war. What we do want is a different regime.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, if we got boots on the ground, that's where I think you got to draw a line. That is a big problem if that happens.
It would have to be surgical.
Yeah.
You can't. We are not a nation builder. We cannot be there. I'm telling you, because that war will be bloody. We've already seen it. Do you really want? Look, all the enemy would have is time. Time. And then complacency comes in, and then complacency starts killing our service members. I'm telling you, that type of war is horrible. Fighting for door to door sometimes, looking for high value targets, all these raids, don't know who the enemy is at times. Don't know even the rules of engagement at times. That's a horrible war. That's a war. But anytime you're killing, that's horrible. So I sure hope we can find a way to achieve our interests over there, and perhaps stop the killing. But at this time, the president of the United States, the commander in chief, who did inform the group of 8, okay, then in Congress you got Democrats and Republicans, like he informed them what he was doing. They get the briefings too. So yeah, we may not like at times how he's doing it, but what is his options? What are his options? Continue to let Iran sponsor terrorism across the world, threaten. I mean, there's a reason why the Secretary of State or the State Department heighten Iran's threat level. They're literally threatening American dignitaries, American leadership across the board, across the globe, literally saying you're not safe anywhere. Okay, well, understandable their feelings, considering their chains of command have been very fluid lately. I get it. We don't even know if Ayatollah Jr., Khomeini 2 or 3, whatever you want to call him, Ayatollah 2, well, he would be 3 because Dad, yeah. Anywho, we don't even know if he's alive, if he's missing a leg. Someone said he had a reported leg missing from one of those strikes. Jeez. So I get it. They might have some hard feelings against us. I get that. But I'd say the president has one of two choices. Either combat terrorism or don't combat terrorism, because you can't be in the middle. And I think this is a president that knows he has one term. I think this is a president that knows that his majority is not guaranteed. He's been there, by the way. He's been there where he had the House and the Senate. Remember Obamacare? Begging Congress to send him a repeal and replace. Nope. All right, guys, stick around, though, man. Hour number 2. What? Oh, my God. We're having so much fun. This is just flying by. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. We are still broadcasting live from the KPEL studios, also on rumble.com. Go check us out. I remain your very grateful host. Hey, my man Walker Graffon stuck around for hour number 2. Thanks, Walk.
Of course, glad to be here.
Absolutely, we're glad to have you. Quentin had a little situation there he had to go take care of, and, sometimes he needs a little rest. I think it's well-deserved, Q-Dog. All right, so, man, so many things to talk about. I got to tell you first, though, go visit my friends at Stan's Auto for all your automobile needs. 2 locations there, too. One in Lafayette, one in Iberia. You can't beat it, and you can't beat the service there. Sterling and his crew, I'm telling you, they got you covered. I already know that for a fact, Jack. Okay, so we're talking about all this funding, DHS, and all the things. Well, the Trumpster said, don't worry, TSA is going to get funded. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that. So Trump didn't waste any time. He seems to be on top of his game as far as taking care of the federal employees. I kind of like Senator Kennedy and a lot of folks over there during the shutdown saying, or even as of recent, like saying, guys, man, listen, if you are going to sit here and tell these TSA guys that they cannot go or they have to go to work without pay, well, you need to go to work without pay. So, I mean, I don't see a problem with that. I don't think anybody sees a problem with that. But TSA, okay, cool. Getting paid, part's done. Airport stabilizing, that's good. I just like the front end of this. I like the leadership part of this. Security holds, that's good. Back to the real issue, though. And I'm just going to harp on it one more time because it's Friday and they could be doing it. DHS is not still fully funded. And we know exactly where the fight is. We talked about it last hour. It's all about ICE. It's all about border enforcement. Why? I don't know. Democrats won't fund it. Republicans say they want it funded, but they won't do anything to do it. Budget reconciliation is the only way right now because you don't have enough senators to get to your 60, which is not the majority. 50 plus 1. You could even just have 50 Republicans. Come on now. Vice President will help you out. So everything's kind of stalling. And that's where we've been over and over. So you got a deal. That's great. Okay, they pass it. They open DHS. They keep the system running, all the things. But we got to put in reconciliation. You got to go you have to do the second part. Budget reconciliation, you do not need 60 votes. You do not need 60 votes. And everybody seems to understand that. You see, everybody seems to understand that in the real world, except Washington. And that's just, well, it's Washington. Common sense, not always terribly common. But we do know the basics. We know the shutdown. We know the funding standoff. We know ICE being the sticking point. None of that's new, and we covered it last hour. And if you just look on any of the media channels, you'll get it. But, 2 things have changed. First, the world got a little hotter. I don't know if you saw that. Threat levels went up. We were talking about that earlier. Iran talking openly about targeting Americans. Iran not hiding from that. That raises the stakes. But second, action did finally happen, and that is a good thing. And the president signing an executive order to proactively get on top of this, I like that too. So TSA is getting paid. That breaks the logjam on the most visible pressure point, I'd say, in our country right now. Airports, lines, workers. So that piece moved. That was a good piece to move. So now the situation is different than it was even yesterday. It's different than it was earlier in the week for sure. Before, everything kind of stuck. And who's feeling it? We the folks. Now, one piece is solved. Great. That shifts the focus. But we got to shift the focus. We have to go to part 2. So it's not about whether or not Republicans in the Senate can act. I mean, we just did, okay? Now it's about whether Congress wants to finish the job. A majority. Do you want to finish the job? Because I'm telling you, if you wait and you're complacent, or excuse me, if you wait, you will be complacent. Then midterms come, and then, oh, it's funded by the big, beautiful bill until that runs out. Why not just make it clean and do it right now? Right now. I think most folks are done with the excuses. I think most folks are done with hearing great things on the campaign trail and then seeing something different. But right now, it is glowing what the solution is. Right now, it is hands down the easiest thing that they could do before the weekend is don't leave that building until they pass a very simple bill that funds ICE completely and border protection services. Anything. I want it brought. Just fund it. I mean, we're talking, and look at all the success that we've had as a country in the last year and a half in regards to protecting our sovereignty. Like, just don't play with that. And I think folks could probably get over this a lot better. I think we could process this a lot better if we didn't always have to come to this conversation. It seems like every couple of months. I mean, we didn't have this conversation but every few years, not too long ago, and even that was too soon. Too soon together, too close together. So that's where we're at. But the House, look, start it. You can do it. I know you can't put it in the Senate again. Make the Senate vote again, but vote on this one single issue, ICE and Border Patrol. There you go. That should not take long. We should already have had that bill drafted, ready to drop. It actually should have already dropped. But here it is. We're here now. You have an opportunity. Do we want to do it? Do you want to do it? Do you want to protect American families? Because it is Border Patrol, guy. I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir. But we do have an opportunity, and we all have senators. Most of us here in Louisiana, we have two, and then look, I know one has been pushing for it. The other one's about to do a debate. Did you hear that? Did you hear there's a debate on KPEL?
I did hear that.
Whoa, you want to remind the folks?
Yeah, April 28th.
9 to 11.
9 to 11.
So we have Julia Letlow. She's agreed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got John Fleming. He's agreed. Bill Cassidy?
He's not coming.
Come on, man. He's coming.
He's not coming.
Did he say he's not coming?
Yeah. He's not coming.
You know it.
He said it, but I knew it as soon as the invite got sent out to him. He wasn't coming.
When he said, "Oh, I'd prefer TV debates," why do you think? What you got any gut on that? I mean, why do you think
the whole thing's gonna be live streamed, and TV station's gonna be here to play it later, and he's just scared. I mean,
look, to me,
he's all over the place.
Well, that's the problem, you know. But look, to me, this is a great opportunity for the senator, because think about it, he's not going to have most of this crowd. This will be a very hostile crowd for him. But perhaps maybe there's 5% of the audience that is open-minded to this after all this. You lose, you don't even get a chance with those guys.
It's a Republican, it's a closed primary. Republican, and my dad's show is for the conservative audience.
Statewide.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it covers a whole state in some parts of Texas and Mississippi. So I don't know. I'm not surprised, like, whatsoever. So, but it's because he doesn't like my dad. Which, I mean, hey, I mean, I'm not cutting my dad.
No?
I love my dad, but my dad even said is like, I mean, he's not surprised. Like, he's not coming on because my dad's attacked him. Not attacked him, but like he's called him out on stuff that needed to be called out on. And he doesn't want to answer the tough questions. He's been on other radio shows that have asked him tough questions. He goes around the answer. But so I'm not surprised. But he did say, this is why I know he doesn't want to be, because my dad's here. Is he literally said in Baton Rouge, I think it's Jim Inkster. Okay. He said he has the biggest show in Baton Rouge, which I don't think is true, because it's only, I think it's a 1 hour show. I'm not 100% sure, but so he said, "Why can't we do it on here?" Inkster, I think it's Jim Inkster. I don't want to be saying the name wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And I know that's Scott McKay, and like my dad said, Inkster's. He says he's Republican, but he's way more left.
Whoa.
So, and he said we can have a debate on there because Cassidy said on the in the Kill radio that he wanted to. He was encouraging Democrats to go switch the vote. Hey, whatever can work. Look, I don't blame him.
He's got a strategy.
He's got a strategy that probably was the only way he can even have a shot.
All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. I can't wait. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Man, you got a big I can't talk today. Giles Nissan sales now. Come on, man. Giles Nissan in Opelousas and Lafayette. Go check them out this weekend. Sale ends on March 31st. You can go check them out and get a great deal. And tell them we said hello from the Josh Guillory Show. All right, guys. Hey, it's Friday. You know, Walk, we're going to open up them phone lines just a little early. Why not? It's Friday. We got to do it. Let me hear from my crew. All right, let's see here. Who we going with? You press it. Just press a button. There you go. Steve, what's up? I'm going off of you. What's up, buddy?
Steve?
That's you.
Hey, quick thing.
Yes, sir.
Josh, I met Cassidy 12 years ago when he ran the first time, okay? And introduced myself after that. But early in this campaign, he said he was only going to run for office for 2 terms.
Ooh.
So he's a freaking liar, and now he's running for a third one, okay? And somebody from the Letlow campaign or the Fleming campaign is going to probably hit him with this crap, you know, and because it's deadly, all right? But I'm just telling you, yeah, you know what it is? He found out he could make a lot of money over there, and he's a gastroenterologist, all right? So
Yeah.
he must have a poor practice, okay? So, yeah, because I remember telling him, I said, I understand you're a gastro. He said, yeah. I said, well, there's a lot of people in D.C. that need you, man. You got to do an exam on them, okay? And of course, John McCain was down here campaigning for him. David Vitter and a couple other people I'm trying to remember. But yeah, somebody called me up and said there's a campaign deal, and I said I went, okay. That's it. Yeah,
12 years.
The guy surely evolved. He surely evolved, but yeah, he basically said some negative things about Moon Griffon.
What? Even back then?
He said Moon Griffon had a small audience. He didn't want to go on his show either.
Cool.
So,
boy, in delusion, huh? Anyway, hey, thanks so much for the call.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
I think he used some of that. I think he might have used some of that anesthetic, that Valium that they use for. So anyhow,
He meant 18 years. He meant 18, not 12. Look, I don't, man. Something happens. Something happens. I think it's in the water. That's why they always need to bring bottled water. All right, let's see here. Who we going to? Renee, what's up, Renee? Hey, Renee, it's you. All right, we'll try different. All right, caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Ricky from Basile, Louisiana.
Hey, Ricky, what's happening, brother?
Not a whole lot, Josh. One of the things that really gets to me, and Schumer is the one that does it the most, but all of them do it at some time or another. My constituents, all 12 of them, want me to do this, that, or the other thing. I'm about ready to stop being American because, the American people want, again, all 12 of the American people that's backing you. Who died and made them God?
Ooh,
I don't
man.
understand. I don't understand. We all know that some of our best friends that are in the Senate and in the House of Representatives have done some backroom deals in their time. But it's past time that they either straighten up and fly right, or maybe we need to do something with all 12 of their constituents. They happen to be voting, I guess, 1,000 times apiece.
It's tough to get them in.
Elected.
It's tough to do that. Getting voter turnout at 130% is tough.
I agree. That's all I got to say. Oh, one other question.
What's
and
up?
I've asked it before. I'll ask it again.
Yes, sir.
What is the state of Louisiana doing with all our Trump tax money?
Good question. I don't know.
cuts, our Trump tax cuts.
I don't know.
You need to work on that.
I know.
I've asked you, and I've asked Moon, and I've asked Miss Ross, and I haven't gotten an answer yet.
And they're so much smarter than me. You were so right to go to them first. I'm kidding. Hey, I do want to kind of follow that. I'm glad you called back with that. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, Ricky. Let's go to Miss Joyce here. All right. What's up, my dear friend, my neighbor? What's happening?
Well, I had an incident, or we had Bill Cassidy. We went to one of his town halls when he was running the first time.
Ooh, how's that going?
And this is a long time ago. And he was supporting Obamacare at that time, and so we had some very one of my friends, Sandy Hinderline, knew everything there was to know about Obamacare, and she confronted him with some of the things and why it shouldn't be passed. And I seconded the motion and went ahead, and we confronted him on it, made him very uncomfortable.
I bet.
And then guess what? And they closed the meeting. Because one thing, I asked him a question about Obamacare, and he said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And do you know that somebody behind me said, you know what she's talking about? And they closed the meeting. They stopped the meeting.
Come
early.
on. Come on.
Yeah. He's a brave man. He wants to answer those questions, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, then we should expect him on the debate, right, Joyce?
I know. I mean, he won't go on Moongrafar's show. I mean, goodness gracious. I tell you, that is amazing that he is.
Joyce, maybe he doesn't know it's the Republican primary.
Yeah, he probably, I don't know what. But, for anybody to vote to impeach or convict Trump,
Come on.
I mean, and he can't live that down.
No, you're not going to be able to run from that. All right, Joyce, I'm going to take one more call before the break. Love ya. Appreciate you calling in. Let's see here. Let's go to, you call him Melon, but I call him Mr. Blue Wave. What's up, Mr. Blue Wave?
What? Okay. We're going to do this. Number one.
Okay.
Number two. Number three. The number 3 show is number 1 show gonna be Josh Gary.
All right, that's what I'm saying. We just went to the top, Mr. Blue Wave.
Number 2.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 2 is Joe Cunningham.
Mr. Blue Wave. All right. Okay.
Hey, number 3.
Okay.
Hey, number 3 show, Carol Ross.
Go ahead, Carol. All right. I'm gonna let these two.
The Moon Got Phony show. The Moon Got Phony show. That's on the list.
Oh, Mr. Blue Wave, that's my buddy.
I know. And by the way,
yes, sir.
Nick Albares for Senator Cassidy. Bye.
Oh. All right, Mr. Blue Wave, you know I love you. All right, guys, we're going to take a tiny little break. If you're on hold, we're coming right back to you. What do you think about this Senate race? What do you think about this debate? You know this. This senator's going to change his mind. He's going to come visit the other 2 candidates. It's just maybe a little misunderstanding. All right, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Man, the Nissan sales now this weekend, guys. March 31st is the deadline. Go see them over there. Giles Nissan, Opelousas, Lafayette. Man, great service. We were talking about, one of my children has a Subaru, and the service is just, you always get it back better than what you left it with. And even if you keep your car clean, they're going to still try to match it. That's just, it's what you get at Giles Nissan. Again, Opelousas and Lafayette. Certainly appreciate those guys. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Let's see. We could talk U.S. Senate. We could talk about whatever you want. We could talk about, I always go to the tinfoil stuff, so whatever. I just want to hear what you think. I'm not saying I subscribe to it. I live with a conspiracy theorist. I love it. We have wonderful debates. Just like she loves being married to a lawyer. I know she loves it. She loves it. Can you imagine those debates? But yet she wins out all of them. Yes. Eventually. Wear me down. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Who are we going to? All right, caller, you're live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? That's you, caller.
Hey, this is JP.
Oh, what's up, JP? Walker doesn't have the list in front of him to put your names on. I'm so sorry. What's happening, JP? Bring the heat, baby. You would go to the debate, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would go to it. I was going to say that it's really, really unfortunate that members of Congress don't have consequences when they don't do what the electorate wants them to do. The people that put them there, you got to do what the people who put you there want you to do. You're there to represent us. And they don't have any consequences, ever. And this is a chance that Louisiana has here to make an example. Back in the old days when you came on somebody's property in the ancient days, somebody came on your property and you took care of them and you wanted to let anybody else that planned on coming onto your property know not to come here, what they would do is they put your head on a stick. Well, Mr. Cassidy, I'm not saying we need to put his head on a stick, but we need to make him an embarrassing failure and a mockery. We need to plaster this loss of Cassidy on the national stage to let our representatives know this is what will happen to you, and you will have consequences if you do not follow what your base wants you to do. We put you there for a reason, and if not, there's going to be consequences. I'd like to hear what you think about that. And then one quick thing before I let go.
Yes, sir.
Our members of Congress did not pass this funding last night because of Donald Trump or anything like that. They passed it just a couple of hours right after the FAA and different agencies decided to revoke their fast pass tickets for commercial airline flight for members of Congress. Did you know that? Y'all have a blessed afternoon and a good weekend.
Man, look, I will tell you this. If even if you take your opinion out, that is factually correct. I mean, they did revoke their special privileges until it's funded, and then all of a sudden it's funded. So you can't disagree with the chronology of the facts there. Consequences. The school book answer, I guess, would be, well, of course, the consequences are you don't get reelected. Yeah, but when you can build a war chest, the elections these days, unfortunately, are built on perception, not reality. A lot of times, most times. And, when you have a war chest of, $9 million or whatever it is, you can really shape the perception of a candidate and change the perception of reality, of people's perception of reality. So we'll see. Can he spend enough to get a message out? Because if you go across the state, you'd swear all three candidates were endorsed by Donald Trump because they all have pictures with him. They all, yeah. I mean, Cassidy's out there saying he's a big supporter of Trump. Anywho, let's go back to the phone lines. I need some wisdom. All right. Caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? That's you, caller. Oh, try again, caller. All right. Oh, you got to try again. Let's go back to Renee 2.0. What's up, Renee?
Yeah, put me in the office. Try me on something. I guarantee you I'll be off the chain. I will not disappoint. I have a big mind and I have my opinions. I'm not wishy-washy.
That's
I'll
right.
give you what you want and you need, entertainment. On top of that, we should have the Native Energy Origin Sovereignty Act by Donald Trump and the states. So that way, if we have some communists for president after Donald Trump wearing a yellow dress looking like Obama with a Joseph Stalin mustache, they can't mess with our oil, our wood, our natural gas like the Dakotas, or any other sovereign mineral or resources.
Hey, a lot of folks shaking their head. Let's see here. Let's go back to Sean. What's up, Sean 2.0? What's happening?
Hey, man, I wish JP would just let loose and say what he really thinks.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, instead of, holding back like he does.
Stop holding back, JP.
Yeah, JP, come on, man. Lay it down, brother. Let's go. But anyway, to talk with Renee, I thought we were energy independent. So why are we worried about the Strait of Hormuz? That affects Europe and everybody around it more than us. I don't want Iran to have nuclear, but if we don't even want that material, they're going to give it to the UNIRSTD, whatever, or just not letting them have that. Okay, so why don't we accomplish that? Get that fissile material out of there, and then let Europe deal with the price of oil. If we're independent, why is my gas going up right now? And that's a question for everybody. And if they can tell me, oh, it's the market, whatever, yeah, I get it. But I just don't see it.
All good points, man. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate you, brother. If I had to guess, because I follow what you're saying. If we're energy independent, then we should be able to control the situation a little bit more. And I think that will play out. I know it's easy to say right now, but I do think that will play out. So my answer, my guess, my swag, if you know, would be foreign diplomacy. It puts a controlling it and preventing China from getting the oil, for example, would put a big pinch on China. The effect that all the stuff with Venezuela, Cuba, and all it all plays together. So I would think it'd be more of a foreign diplomacy, but that's just my thought. Who are we going to? Walk? Let's see here. Caller, you're live on the Josh Gillery Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? That's you, caller.
Is that me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Name's Bill. And my question is, you just mentioned something about, perspective, or not perspective, but,
Cassidy's perspective.
I'm wondering about I'm wondering about Miss Letlow and the accusations of her trading, her making, deals from her seat, like, Pelosi and the rest of them do. And I heard that go for months, and nobody's addressed it. Is that accurate? I mean, Julia Letlow, yeah.
So
Is
I don't.
that accurate that she, and also that she was all in for, I think she was at one point a teacher or employed by the school board or something. She had some position, with education. And I'm just curious about, and she was all about IED? Is that right? I'm trying to remember the acronym.
See, there's so many acronyms. CRT, maybe?
There's so damn many. No, it's
well, let me
about inclusive,
Yeah.
Being
DEI. Yes, sir. So we're gonna have to move on to another caller. So that's a great call. Yeah, I can't confirm that, but you were kind of. Do you know if it's accurate or not? I know. I'll tell you this. I know there's the allegations out there for sure.
The stock trading and stuff. I know that's like a big thing that a lot of people want to know the answer to.
Yeah, so
and you might hear it in the debate.
That's what I'm saying.
Questions are going to be asked, so we'll see.
She has to know that's going to come up because that's. But to the caller's point, it's been blasted all over the state. I don't know the accuracy of it, and that's really why I don't go there. But the campaigns are definitely doing it. Guys, we got to take a little break. I see Big Chris. I see a whole bunch of folks. Hey, guys, we're a tiny little break. We'll be right back. I can't wait to hear from you. back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Shout out to my friend over there, Keith Kishbaugh over at Kishbaugh Construction. You want to talk about a great American patriot, just a good dude? That's my boy Keith Kishbaugh. But hey, he's got a construction company. It's been around for a hot minute, close to 50 years. Kishbaugh Construction. Those guys will take care of you. And they leave a job site clean. They leave a job site better than what they left it in. They do remodels. They do. Look, for you got construction needs, call them. Kishbaugh Construction. Call my boy Keith Kishbaugh. Kish, Josh says hello. All right, let's go to the phone lines. My favorite part here. Let's see here. Let's go, Chris. Big Chris. Big Chris. What's up? I had to give you a proper introduction.
Man, I was just wondering, Josh, what has happened to this country, man? When we were 13 colonies with just a militia, we defeated a superpower, and everybody hung it. Now we're beating one of the strongest militaries in the world. I don't know if people know that, but Iran has one of the largest and strongest armies in the world, and we crushed them in days. We're mopping them up now in weeks. And these lily livered people are complaining that we're not doing it fast enough. We're losing the war. All this crap, this vile bull that they spewing, that if they had to go out there, they'd last all of like a fart in a whirlwind. And it drives me insane that we're not coming together as a country. We are the superpower of the world, period. And we ought to act like it.
Thank you. And Republicans in the Senate need to act like a majority. Those two things are true things.
Yeah. They have no spine.
Come on.
No spine, and it drives me nuts. I'm 65 years old, and I got more spine than all of them put together, I think.
I agree. I agree with that. All right, Big Chris, have a good
for what you want.
Yeah, dude. Hey, look, I appreciate you.
And let the chips fall where they may, but fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And, with the Iran thing, hey, war sucks, and it's not beautiful. And I just say to the folks, we don't know. We don't know if this was the right move yet, but we're going to find out in time. But you got two options. Play the tape. We could do nothing. And what does that look like? More state-sponsored terrorism? More threats to America? More violence? Period? Needlessly? Or we try to stop that. And I think that's what the president's trying to do. And I don't know how much more surgical we could get. I don't know. Now maybe we can. But with what we're willing to use in the war, I'm gonna say it like that. I don't know what more someone would want of the president in this role, in this capacity. You may disagree with the strikes, but I just don't. I don't get it. All right, let's see here. Let's stay on the phone lines. Caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And sorry, guys, I don't have the list in front of us, so I'm going to you. That's you, caller.
Yeah.
Yes. What's happening? Is this Warren? Go for it. You're live. All right, let's try another one. Caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Bobby.
What's up, Mr. Bobby? Bring the heat, baby.
You know what? I don't think Ledlow's trading stocks because she's smarter than that. If they're trading stocks, you're going to put that in your wife's name and your kids. All I know is we got to get rid of Hopalong Cassidy. He's got to go because he tried to put Trump in jail.
Exactly. Bobby, it's such a – I mean, how do you take some oomph? I tell you what, it takes something or a lot of delusion to go around the state and putting up all these signs and ads like you and Trump are best friends. We know what you did.
We all know that's a lie. And you ever look at this guy's face? He looks like a half-breed. Copy out.
We know. I don't even know what that means. I'm not even going to repeat it because I don't even know what it means. Oh, guys, man, everybody on hold, I am so sorry. We are running out of time. Walker, how did you do? Did you enjoy
I liked
yourself?
it. I had fun. I had a great time.
But I don't even think we got to. Did we get to talk about the draft or the last year's class in the Saints?
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like we might have a good season this year. You
well,
never
I don't know
know
about. I mean,
Walker.
Look. It's stepping stones.
Oh my gosh, we had some huge.
We did,
movement.
but you got to take it one step at a time. In dealing with kind of a rebuild.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, but that's a pragmatic Saints fan. This is a purely emotional Saints fan that just wants to win every year.
Good thing is our division's terrible, so it can happen.
We have a shot. Yes. All right, guys. Well, who dat? Guys, thank y'all so much. I had a great 2 hours. Thank you, Walker. Thank you, all the sponsors. Guys, be careful out there. May God bless you and be kind.